Oh, hello there. Hello, Leo. Welcome to Spirit in You. My name is Debbie, and I'm going to be doing our reading, shuffling some cards here, and let's just see how we go. So I'm going to shuffle them away, Leo, and we'll put down 8 cards for the timeline, and then we'll have a card at the end. I've got these new cards called Moonology, and you may have heard of them actually. And they kind of talk about, first card we're coming out, Ace of Cups to start up, kick off the beginning of March. That's nice. So these Moonology cards are kind of predominantly about the moon phases that it goes through. So I quite like that, but I'm not going to be pulling a card for that reason to see where the moon is and what it's doing. I'm just going to pull it and just see what happens. The world. Very nice. Starting off the month with the Ace of Cups, something coming in, something interesting coming in, something that you really want. And it's a cup, so it's emotions. Okay, Son of Wands coming through. 1, 2, 3, and here we go with, okay, the Hanged Man, 4. How was February? I hope it was good for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and you got something out of it. And now we're in March. And it's flying, isn't it? Okay, next card. This is the Wild Unknown. So we have got the 8 of Pentacles. I'm going to take another one from the top here. Father of Cups. Another shuffle. So I'm using the Wild Unknown deck, which is a particular favourite of mine. Oh, this one's just fallen out. So she's jumping out, the Empress. And we'll see what the very last card is. So far, whoa, looking interesting. I'm just aware that if I shuffle too hard, they'll just go flying across my crystal room here. So I'm trying to contain it and wait until one just feels like it absolutely has to pop out, because it's kind of a nice way to do the cards. What I normally do, what I have been doing anyway, is giving them a shuffle and then as they pop out, spreading them out and then turning on the camera. But I decided that I would do this. Okay, so I'm just going to take one from the top now, otherwise we'll be here all day. And we've got the 8 of Swords. Okay, so let's just put those cards down for the moment and pick up our first card, Leo, which is the Ace of Cups. So kicking off March for you in a very positive way. So when an Ace of Cups comes through, Ace always means a new beginning, something's birthing, something's happening, something exciting. Definitely it means that. And because it's a cup and that refers to emotions, there's a strong possibility that this is a love basis, something special coming in, or it's just something that's going to make you feel really good, something you've wanted, something that's going to lift your spirits, as it were. So my cup brimmeth over is that kind of feeling. There is an element here of whatever this comes through as, whether it's a relationship, you know, like a personal relationship, or whether it's in the workplace, it's very welcome. So it's a gift from God, a hand from God, the universe saying, this is how we're starting the month. And you're ending it on the 8 of Swords as well. So you've got these two looking over at each other. I'm liking this very much to start the month with. Feels lovely, very positive vibe to start the month with. And then the second card that you get, kind of still into the first week, is the World. And the World is a very positive card for you to get, because it just says that things keep moving. And if you keep moving in the direction that you need to go into, the direction that you ultimately find yourself in, that you steer your course in, then you can't really go wrong, because things always move. So we just have to be aware that everything is cyclical. I'm feeling as well a sense of adventure with this card when the World comes through, that I want to go and see the world, I want to travel, I want to do something, because the world would make you feel like that. It's also about the element of you just understanding that the world is a very big place, but it's also very full of opportunities and possibilities for you, and the option of you opening up necessary doors that you want to open up. So you do have to put yourself out there. this card will say, well, look, if you want something to come to you, perhaps you better let the world know that you're here. Can we hear what you've got to sing? Can we hear what you've got to say? Can we see you dance? Can we see you perform? Can we see you spin and do your thing? Can we see your magic? So there's an element of you having to project yourself forward, but know that everything is cyclical, everything is motion, and to take the emotion out of it, although of course you've got the cups here, so you're going to be feeling pretty good, why don't you just go into work, into the relationship with this clear understanding that if you put yourself forward, let the world know that you're here, then something good is going to happen because you're projecting you. So that feels very nice for you, kind of the first week. Going into the second week is the Son of Wands here. Okay, so this is energy again. This would suit you as a fire sign. This is passions, goals, desires, dreams, ambition, strong ambition. It's very charismatic. So this could be that it's you yourself, Leo, and your ability to perform some wonderful magic. It's, and I say trickery, I don't mean that in a trickery way. I mean it in a very it feels like if you were in a maze and you were walking around, that you would unravel the maze, you'd get to the centre, you get to the crux of the matter. This makes me feel as if you're able to adapt to a situation, and this is around what's important to you, what you're passionate about, whether that's a project that you're doing at work, or whether it's just in the workplace, or even, I don't know, your love life, what's going on in your love life, the people that are around you. They don't feel like they should be a project because everybody's an individual, but it does feel as if you've got the ability to make things happen, which I felt with the other cards, and to use your charisma and your ability to make things happen and move things along. Because I've got you creating situations here, creating something out of nothing and solving puzzles and jigsaws and anything that's a little bit complicated. For some of you as well, you could be sitting some exams, or you're on a course where there's an exam coming up and it's you solving the questions, the answers to the questions, the problems. If there was any problem solving needed in and around you this month, it feels like you'll be able to do that really well. You'll be able to make the situation better. Yeah, make the situation better and put some clarity into it and a bit of energy into it as well. So that's very nice, isn't it, Leo? And then one sort of second week again, you've got the Hanged Man here. Now, the Hanged Man often depicts a feeling of being in limbo. It can kind of suggest, not sure which way to go, I feeling slightly out of sync. But this doesn't feel like this for you. It doesn't feel like you're out of sync, and it doesn't feel like you're not in tune or you're not aligned. Quite the contrary, it feels as if you could just literally open up those wings and fly. Or, as I always feel with this card, you can just stand yourself upright and project yourself out. So you're kind of in limbo as much as you want to be in limbo, even if that's the right word for you now, because I just feel, I got it with the Son of Wands, that you could kind of limber your way through it. You know, you can get down and get under whatever obstacle there is. There's a problem solving element to this. There's a getting right into the nitty gritty and unfolding it and knowing which direction to go in. There could be as well, I'm feeling the sense of a Pisces person around you, perhaps. And it could also be that the water element, that you're going to be going near some water this month. You might be going on a boat, you could be swimming, you could just be going to the ocean, but there's a water element. Or it could be that there's somebody around you that has got that sort of January, February feel to them, somebody sort of Pisces feeling, fishes, that's what I'm getting. I'm also getting the sense of sharing very strongly with this card, of you sharing your opinions and your thoughts and talking to somebody that you probably would normally be engaged with. You're having a conversation with somebody who's a little bit out of the ordinary, and as you're a fire sign and you sort of come from your tummy and off you go and you know what direction to go in and you're very passionate, this person's got a much more watery feel to them. And I think that would be intriguing to you because it will get you to delve in and ask questions and solve problems is what I'm getting with this quite strongly. So don't think there's a sense of limbo at all. It feels like you want to unravel something, relationship or at work. And then going into, say, the third week, approximately, you've got here the Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles means money. So, and we've got a lot of pentacles here weaving their way. Here's that weaving your magic, as I get with the Son of Wands here. Here's the you achieving exactly what you want to achieve. This is in the workplace, or perhaps it's studying. Whatever it is that's on a kind of material-based goal, profession, ambition, this is you doing really well. It's your ability to hone your skills, to show the world, as I talked about earlier, who you are and what you've got to offer, because they want to sit together. So you're able to project yourself really well, show people the intricacies of what you do, solve the problems of what's needed. Just could literally be at work, that there's an element of work that needs somebody with quite a clear head and quite an analytical way, or a technical ability feels right for me, and you'll just be able to get right to it and uncover it and solve it and get to the detail, which will help others. Great sense of strength here, strength, pride, ambition again, and doing a job very well. In terms of money, it being a number 8, that's really nice. That means that money is improving. Could be that after you've passed these exams, say some of you for instance, that there's a pay rise. After you've gone through this course, for some of you, there's a pay rise. Or it could be that there's a second job that you're bringing in on a self-employed basis for some of you, that will actually increase the revenue. This is money getting better. Feels very nice. 1 to 3rd week, Father of Cups there. Now this is, again, we've got the cups at the beginning, we've got your lovely ace here, and then we've got the Father of Cups. So this would be the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, he's or he or she for that matter, this could be you just kind of really understanding where you're going in your relationship, where you're going with your emotions. I think is probably the best way that I want to describe this. This feels much more about your ability to control your emotions, your ability to look inside of yourself and know that there's two sides to every story. Know that life is not black and white. There's something in the middle. In fact, there's an array of colours. There's the whole spectrum of the rainbow. So you can't just pigeonhole anybody or imagine that it's this way or the highway, because that's a little bit unreasonable, and it's not in the flow of things, because the world here, everything moves and there's a cycle and there's a flow of energy, and you can't be that sure that it's your way, because often it's partly your way and then somebody else has got an element that's coming in, an interjection that's coming in. So because it's the Father of Swords, the King of Cups rather, there's an emotional element to it, but it's a very mature element. It's a knowing yourself inwardly. It could be that a person comes in that's a Scorpio, for instance, because this card feels strongly towards the water sign of Scorpio particularly, and this person could have a tendency to be a little bit detached, emotionally intense and very deep because of the water, and you'll be drawn to that as well, because I've got a water element with you here with Pisces, about you going to the water. So it could be that somebody's coming in that's the sign of Scorpio, or that somebody that's got an intensity and they want to unravel the mysteries of the world with you. So this could be also your own element, your own propensity, your own way of doing things. Maybe you're looking at things from a slightly more psychological level, not so much on the analytical, but a psychological, the sort of society level. You're delving into something, you're uncovering things, but you're doing it on a more of a humanitarian basis, what is the word, people-centred. It could be that as well, but there's a real sense of knowing what's important emotionally with this card. Lovely. And so into the 3rd week you get the Empress. Oh, the Empress, she's male or female again, it's an energy, and if this is you feeling extremely artistic, fertile, new beginnings, birthing of something, which is the ace here as well at the beginning of the spread and the beginning of the month. The Ace of Cups coming through, which is a new beginning, a new start, something coming to fruition, a birthing of something. And the Empress kind of does the same thing. This card speaks of opportunity, of fertility. So maybe somebody's having a baby, or an addition to the family, or birthing of an idea. So you could be branching out. You could be in the workplace, as I talked about earlier, but getting another job. So this idea that you've got, there's a form of, whatever this is, it's very artistic as well. So it's got an artistic feeling to it, but also a very spiritual feeling. So if this is your own energy, then you're connecting really well to your emotions, to the psychological side of you, and also to chemistry of other people. You're kind of getting it rather than thinking that it's just your way, which is where we come in with this card here, that in order for people to get along, they've kind of got to swim together, haven't they? It can't be that you're right or that they're right. It's a division of labour, a fair division of conversation, a communication particularly. And this here is very artistic. So and also I'm being pulled into the family aspect of this, the wanting to nurture what's yours, protect what's yours, the children around you, the people around you, your home life, and having that sense of comfort in yourself and in your home and your worldly possessions, because it's looking over at the world, this card. And then coming towards the end of the month now, we have the Eight of Swords here. And the Eight of Swords is just sitting underneath the Hanged Man. And they're kind of like this sort of, and there's a reference here to not being tied, to if you've got something during the course of the month that requires you to think a lot, that requires you to concentrate, requires an awful lot of your mental energy, then give it what it needs. Use your inner strength as well. And I also feel as well, it might be physically that you need to use some strength here as well. It's not just the mental realm, it could be a physical realm. So sort out what needs to be sorted out. Have the conversations you need, whether they're at work or in the relationship, whichever applies to you at your particular stage now, what's going on in your life, and certainly during the course of March. Have these conversations, but know that you're not tied to anything. You're not tied to somebody else's thought process. You're not even tied to your own thought process. You're as tied as you want to be and as stuck as you want to be. And you're not in limbo in any way. So if there's something that needs to be talked about, you're to get straight to, cut to the chase, talk about it, release the tension, if there is any, release the burden, if there is any, and free yourself up to continue working on a very people-centred way of going on this month, because your ace here is telling you that you've got good things coming. The World card here is letting you know that the world needs to see you and that it's a big place, and not to feel that you can't throw yourself into something. So don't spend too much time in your head when you don't need to, and don't feel stuck when you're not, and you're not in limbo. You have this freedom to come out of this cocoon here and fly, the same as the Hanged Man. As I look at him, I just feel the wings opening and you just flying. So you're not stuck in any way, is what I'm trying to say. Here are these Moonology cards, which I think I mentioned at the very beginning to you. Now, I sort of got these by chance and I really like them. So I'm not doing a kind of astrological aspect, although I do love astrology. I think it's wonderful. And I do have a look at my lunar map, which is just over here, my calendar rather, it's not a map. So I do refer to it, but these cards are more about how I feel about them rather than what they say, because I'm not interested in what phase the moon is in now, because it won't apply to when I'm doing this reading anyway. So it's a case of just taking a card, and I thought maybe it might be nice as opposed to an angel card. And they're big, so I'm giving them a good shuffle. And I'll probably just have one more go, and then I think I'll just pull one from the top, and we'll just see what the kind of energy feels like and what we can take from the card to kind of see us through March. So I'm going to take this one here, and it says meditate and contemplate, and it's the new moon in Pisces. Now that's interesting because Pisces has come through here. I'm feeling a Pisces element, and the Scorpio, so there's water around you, and that could be all manner of things. Could be your emotions, as we talked about, and it could be that you're just physically going to the water. You're either swimming or you're going to the ocean, but there's a pull towards the water, which is actually very nice. Yeah, so meditate and contemplate with these two fishes here. Meditate and contemplate. So where you've got your 8 here of swords, this is you thinking about something and then cutting yourself free from it. Okay, so there's your meditation, there's your contemplation. You're not to spend too much time in either of them. The contemplation can be that you are just thinking about it, you're having your vision, you're working out where you want to go, you're contemplating, deliberating, and kind of thinking about which way, I'm conjuring up which way I want to go, what works for me. So you contemplate that, you work it out, and then you move with it. You certainly don't spend any time spending too long on any one thing, which is what the 8 of Swords was trying to speak earlier, was trying to inform us of. So meditation is always very good. Meditation will relax you. But you see, I'm interested in the fact that we've got this Ace of Cups at the very beginning, because it starts off the month really letting you know that there's something fantastic coming in, and that you're to enjoy the month. This emotional intensity that's coming in, this gift from the universe that's coming through for you, that's going to feel quite magical, and very welcome. The month kind of meanders its way along, telling you that you've kind of got what it takes to be successful. You've got what it takes to do really well this month. So I see you having a good month. I'm hoping it's a good month for you. Let's see how it unfolds. Make the most of it. That's the best thing that you can do. You don't know exactly what you're going to get, but you can determine so much with a positive attitude and with just being you, knowing that you've got these skills to carry you forward and to project yourself, because the World card clearly wants you to show us you and to be really sure of yourself and proud of yourself. Show us those hidden talents. Maybe they're not hidden, maybe they're just there for the whole world to see, and we do need to see that. So Leo, please have yourself a fabulous March. I'd like to thank you for the likes, and thank you for the subscriptions. It means a lot, and I will see you in April. I can't believe how quickly the year is going, but I will see you in April. Until then, have a really nice time, and thank you for watching me. Bye bye now.